Hello, I'm Rob Gill, the motor sensor at the Sun. I've just got back from the Geneva Motor Show, and here's my top 5 new cars coming your way soon. Oh my days, look at this. The Renault 5 has been reinvented as a £25,000 EV. An 80s legend, reborn, that's quiet, clean, and with Apple CarPlay. It arrives early 2025 with 2 battery sizes, a 40 kilowatt, which would do you about 186 miles between charges, and a 52 kilowatt that will do closer to 248 miles between charges. There's lots of 80s vibes going on here. The swollen arches remind me of the rocket-heeled Renault 5 Turbo. The off-center air vent, if you know your French onions, is now a charging flap. There's the H-pattern seats, and of course, more brighter colors than a Rubik's Cube. But the really good news for 80s kids like me is that Alpine will be doing a proper spicy version. It's called the A290. It's going to have a hike-in power. There's talk of 220 horsepower, maybe even 270 horsepower. Wider front track, reworked front suspension, and it's going to look $1 million from what I've seen. At number 2 is the Dacia Spring. Now, Dacia are black belts at providing good cars at bargain prices. This little urban EV is called the Dacia Spring, and at £15,000, it's half the price of an electric Vauxhall Corsa. Of course, the new Spring won't go as far as a Corsa. The tiny 27 kilowatt battery has a maximum range of 137 miles, but it absolutely works as a second car or a commuter car. And it's going to cost about £5 a day with a low cost deposit, which is less than a coffee and a cake at Costa. Now, the Sun has been urging Dacia to bring the Spring to the UK for 3 years, and we're glad they finally done it. In terms of size, it's a dinky 3.7 metres long with a titchy turning circle and a 78 mile an hour top speed. It also weighs in at a bantamweight 984 kilograms, which helps the range. Charging takes 4 hours from a 7 kilowatt wall box or 11 hours from a 3-pin plug socket. I don't know about you, but I'm seriously tempted. At number 3 is the MG3. Now, Ford left a Fiesta-sized hole by killing off Britain's all-time favourite car. Everyone but Ford seems to know this was a bad idea. We still need small petrol cars to carry on what we've been doing for years with zero delay. Just top it up and go. Easy. Enter the radically improved MG3. It's almost identical in size to a Fiesta, well equipped for today's world and priced to sell. The base 1.5 litre petrol will cost £16,000, but the one you really want is the 1.5 litre petrol-electric hybrid at £18,000. It will do short runs without waking up the petrol engine. The battery recharges itself on the go, so there's no fuffing about with the plug. And MG reckons you'll get 64 miles per gallon. The hybrid arrives in April, and the cheaper pure petrol follows in October. All versions are kitted out with twin screen technology, sat-nav, reversing camera, Apple CarPlay, plus MG's brilliant 7-year warranty. At number 4 is BYD, the Chinese giant you've probably never heard of. But they're sponsoring Euro 2024. They're building a factory in Hungary, and they mean business in the UK. They've only been in the UK exactly a year. They've already launched 3 EVs. The 4th model is this, the Seal U DMI. DMI stands for dual motor because it's a plug-in hybrid. So it will do short distances as an EV, but then do long distances using the petrol engine. Price, we're told just below £40,000, so I'm going to guess 38,995, and it looks like being a decent family car alternative to something like a Nissan Qashqai or an X-Trail. I'm expecting BYD to grow rapidly in the next few years. They should have 60 dealers in the UK by the summer. And the thing with this company is they make absolutely everything in-house. The batteries, the motors, absolutely everything except for the tyres and the glass. Until the European factory comes online in maybe 2 years' time, back end of 25, early 2026, all their cars are being shipped from China by boat. And do you know what? They've not just bought one boat, they've bought 7 boats like this to transport them all over. So there'll be no shipping constraints, no supply shortages. The Chinese mean business. They've already overtaken Tesla as the world's #1 EV maker. And finally, at number 5 is a Chinese Range Rover, except it's not. It's way cooler than that because it's also a boat. Seriously, it floats. The wheels propel it forward in water. On dry land, it does tank turns, and it's got more power than Max Verstappen's F1 car at 1,100 horsepower. It's called the Yangwang U8. Only for China for now, but bosses are looking to bring the £98,000 EV to Europe later. That's why it was at Geneva. Yangwang is the luxury arm of BYD and also has the Lambo-crushing U9 supercar, which has a special suspension so it can dance to music when it's parked up.